Go and get yourself a cup of tea.
Yeah, that's what we'll do. Right, Bex, give us your score prediction for today, pal.
I think we're going to run away with 3 points. I think we'll win by 2 goals. So whether it's 2-0 or 3-1, I don't care. I don't mind as long as we get the win.
Well, a win would take us back to the top of the Sky Bet Championship. Let's get the thoughts of one of the most consistent players from the season, the brilliant Ethan Ampadu.
Big game again, this one, isn't it?
Yeah, no, of course, they always are now, coming towards the crunch time of the season, or should I say it is that crunch time of the season. Every game is big, every game is massive, but for us it's just about doing what we're doing to get to this point and trying to carry on with that mentality. In
terms of the squad and the team today, some good news, isn't there? A boost to the lads all coming back.
Of course, especially for this crunch time, you want everyone fit, everyone available, and yeah, when you get players back in, it's a massive boost.
Coventry at Ellen Road showed they're a good side, didn't they? So you'll expect something difficult, I would imagine, today.
Yeah, of course. They made it tough for us. We didn't have the best game on the ball. We want to try and change that. We want to put in a better performance. That we know it's going to be a tough game. They haven't lost many here, so they're going to be full of confidence. They're going to want to get a result. Like you say, crunch time of the season, both teams playing for stuff.
Well, here we are. We are at the Coventry Building Society Arena, formerly known as the Ricoh Arena. Not been that for a little while now. And Leeds United are about to emerge from the tunnel down below. The Leeds United fans are away to our right-hand side as we sit in a position some way to the left of the halfway line, so very close to one goal and a long way away from the other one. Which end will the action be? Well, from a Leeds perspective, hopefully both, because this is another big game. We've sat in the stand and we've watched on our phones as Norwich pluckily held out against Ipswich. No late goal for Ipswich today. So Norwich have beaten Ipswich by a single goal to nil. And that means that Leeds United are presented with a big opportunity in this game this afternoon. A rare Saturday 3 o'clock kickoff UK time for Leeds United. But it means that if Leeds can come out on top in this one, then they will go back to pole position in the championship table. A draw might be good enough. That depends on Leicester's result elsewhere. So lots riding on it today, as there is on every game at the end, or coming towards the end of this championship campaign. Still so much to play for, and in a sense, it all starts here today.
Yes, it certainly does. And you mentioned draw, forget that, let's go for a win. It's interesting because the task before the Ipswich result and after the Ipswich result is exactly the same. It's still the same. It's get out there, do your best and win a game of football. So there is no difference. You're right, the opportunity now presents itself, but it's still about getting out there and performing. And we're doing that really, really well. And of course, on the team sheet, there's a few nice surprises as well.
Yeah, good news from the team perspective, because Ilya Gruev is amongst those who are now emerging from the tunnel and onto the pitch and will be starting the game for Leeds United. So a suggestion that it might be 3 weeks before Leeds saw the injured players back has proved to be a little pessimistic, because not only is Gruev in the starting 11, but Roberts and Gnonto are both on the bench as well. So there is a strong look to this Leeds United lineup. Leeds United are in the pink and yellow, the rhubarb and custard, whatever your description is, away kit. And Coventry, of course, the Sky Blues are in Sky Blue. A decent crowd inside the stadium. It's a bright spring-like day. There's a bit of a breeze, to say the least. I think we're on the tail end here of, is it Storm Kathleen or Catherine or whoever?
Something like that.
Storm Kath. And so it has been pretty windy. But inside the bowl at the moment, hopefully that isn't going to be too much of a factor in terms of the way that the game plays here. Coventry City, as a result of that Norwich win, find themselves 7 points off the final playoff place. But, and it's a big but, they have 2 games in hand. This, of course, is one of those 2 on Norwich. So if they win both of their games in hand, which naturally we hope, in terms of this one at least, they don't. If they win both of their games in hand, they're right back on the heels of Norwich City. Coventry, of course, are the FA Cup semi-finalists, so there is that for them to look forward to. Does that have any factor or bearing on this fixture, Tony?
Well, I think clearly what that shows is they're doing well. Mark Robbins has produced another, very good side. Had to sell the best players, and yet they come up with another team that is clearly performing at a high level. So with the cup on the horizon, I just think as a player, I'd be thinking, you know what, I got to be playing well each and every game before that semi-final to make sure of my spot in the team. So they've got that to play for, and of course, as you mentioned there, 2 games in hand, but they've still got a chance to get in the playoffs, and that, of course, that has to be the gigantic prize, is trying to get to the Premier League like we are.
Well, Coventry got very close last season. They got to the playoff final where they were beaten by Luton, narrowly beaten by Luton. And they've been in and around the playoff places all this season. They looked a really good side when they played at Ellen Road. They are the last team to take points from Leeds at Ellen Road in that 1-1 draw just before Christmas, when Leeds took the lead through Summerville, and then it was a Coventry equaliser fairly swiftly after through Thomas that was the final scoring on the afternoon. So Leeds know what Coventry can do. Leeds United have to overcome that. They have to better that. They have to make sure that at the end of this afternoon they're heading back up the M1 with points in the bag. Leeds have gone into a huddle in their half. They are in the half at the moment, much closer to where we're sitting. Coventry are preparing themselves away to our right-hand side.
Yes, it's nice to see Gruev back in the side as well, just to give us a bit more control in that midfield area. Of course, last couple of games, a few positional moves. Certainly the Watford didn't really help things with Gruev missing as well, but you'd like to think today that he can get on the ball, get those sharp passes going, and really getting us going, moving us up the pitch.
2 teams in the huddle. And we're almost ready for the off here. You can hear the wind, I think, blowing across the mics as we talk to you from our position. Not too far away from the edge of the pitch, to be honest, but the seating is banked quite steeply here in this arena, so in this stadium, so the sight lines are good. And Leeds United will be watching as they get the game underway. Patrick Bamford standing over the ball, awaiting the signal from our match official, who's Tom Nield. The roar goes up from the home supporters. Maybe first job Leeds have here is to quieten that home support down. As Leeds immediately start to move the ball around in a defensive position in these early stages. Meslier gives the ball to Rodon on the edge of the penalty area. Back it goes to the keeper. And Meslier to Ampadu, the captain, who we heard from in the build-up to kick-off. Kamara, one of those who was struggling with illness in the game on Monday night. All was revealed in the aftermath. Sam Byram not able to sprint in the second half. He's on the bench today.
Yeah, seemed to be plenty of problems, didn't there, in that particular game, but somehow, some way, we've found a way to win. Excellent 3-1 win, but now the opportunity really is here, and we've started well, confidently knocking the ball around.
Ampadu at the back. Goes forward to Summerville. Returns the ball to Ethan Ampadu. Ampadu, as he was described by the MC prior to kickoff. Here's Gray down the right for Leeds. Infield to James. James up to the edge of the box. Bamford into the penalty area. Gray pops up, and he just got his foot caught in the turf as he went to strike at the ball from a good position there, Archie Gray. And he scuffed it, and it went straight into the hands of the goalkeeper.
Well, it's 1:25 seconds, and we've had every single touch in that minute. So many passes, and we weave our way through, and that actually is a really good chance from Archie Gray. Yes, the angle is difficult, it's bouncing, but the way Archie's played, I expected a better connection, but we, unfortunately, let that one go by.
Ampadu at the back. We don't have the benefits of monitor screens today, so we'll see it once, and we'll see it once only, as Ampadu goes back to Meslier. And Meslier comes out to Rodon. Joe Rodon passes the ball forward to Bamford. Lots of space for Bamford in there again. Now Georginio. First touches for him. Goes to his left to Kamara. Kamara just puts it over the top, looking for the run of Firpo, who was well forward, but the pass was overhit, and it goes out for a throw-in.
Came off his foot like a cannon, that one. It was a really good idea. And Firpo found himself in plenty of space, but didn't need to really fire at him, unfortunately. It's a throw in for Coventry.
So the ball down the far touchline as we watch. And then Firpo rolls it on to Georginio. Just tries to put it up into the path down the Leeds left of Summerville. And again, it goes beyond the Leeds man and out for a throw-in.
But again, it's just nice, quick, sharp passing. We're getting ourselves into the game quickly. Georginio already has got on the ball 2 or 3 times.
Ball goes backwards. And is cleared up towards the halfway line. Indeed, Sims it is who flicks it over. And then O'Hare, back in the starting 11 for Coventry, was on the bench for their last game. Here. The ball goes out over that far side touchline. Coventry contrived to lose here against Cardiff City by 2-1. Took the lead in that one, and then 2 Kitching own goals saw the away side to victory in fairly unexpected fashion. Kitching in the side and on the ball here for Coventry now, who push forward into the Leeds half. Palmer through the middle. Ampadu has to defend and does against Sims. Sims nudges him over. That's a free kick. And that is close enough for us to be able to make a confident call that was a shoulder push by Sims on Ampadu. Down he went. Leeds get a free kick.
Well, frankly, it was quite ridiculous, wasn't it? Challenge. Ampadu just reads it extremely well. Always was getting there ahead of Sims, and Sims just took him out.
Gray sets off on a run forward for Leeds, crossing the halfway line, puts it up. He was expecting Dan James somewhere over his right shoulder, wasn't quite where he was waiting, and so the ball is shepherded behind, and that will be a goal kick. Bidwell puts himself between man and ball. Coventry have the chance to play out with Brad Collins taking a short pass to Kitching. Kitching goes with a long crossfield ball onto the halfway line, flicked into the path of Sims. Challenges a good one from Rodon to get Kamara going to his left. Down the line it goes for Summerville to chase, and he'll get there as well. Summerville not popular with the Coventry fans, not entirely sure why. Summerville in possession for Leeds United. Georginio spins through one challenge, but can't get the ball back to Summerville. And Coventry have it on the edge of their own penalty area with Thomas.
Got to say, I'm at a loss as well with regard to Summerville. Not sure why the booing is there, but needs to get him on the ball.
The Leeds are coming with Georginio, who's into the penalty area, tucks it in for Firpo, rolls it into the middle, still there for Bamford, shoots goalwards, it's blocked, comes back out to the edge of the area, shot in, again it's blocked on its way towards goal from Gruev, and Leeds United very, very close to the opening goal of the game on more than one occasion there.
Just couldn't find enough space, could be, to squeeze it home, but you're right, really good play. Bamford, Gruev, plenty of blue shirts in the way, but we're getting opportunities already.
Kamara looked like he was dragged down. Referee sees nothing wrong with that. Coventry have possession back. And they put it forward for O'Hare. Great challenge from Archie Gray, who'd read the situation well and came across to deal with it. Gruev back to Firpo, involved in the build-up for those chances made by Leeds there. Ampadu. Ampadu sets off. Gets the lucky break back. Gruev standing behind him to pick up the pieces. And then a square ball to Kamara. Kamara, on it goes to Summerville, spins quickly, runs goalwards. Still going Summerville, up to the edge of the D. He's got James waiting in the penalty area, puts it across. And the defender on the edge of the 6-yard box slides in to make the block to bring Leeds the game's first corner.
It's a wonderful play again, this time from Summerville, but what's interesting is Coventry aren't really engaging or pushing high up onto us, so they're going back and trying keeping it tight, yet they're not, because Summerville there picks it up in between the lines. It's a great run, and Dan James there, I think he had plenty of time to whip it in, but didn't have that much time. Fullback got back well.
Gruev goes long, heads up at the far post. It's cleared from the edge of the 6-yard box as far as Kamara, waiting midway inside the Coventry half. Straight ball to Firpo. Lets it run off to Georginio. He stumbles and Leeds lose the ball, and there's a foul, but the play is allowed to continue because Coventry are moving forward with menace here, right up to the edge of the Leeds penalty area and into it, and shot on goal. Needs a save from Meslier, who got down well from Wright, and Wright's shot is beaten behind for their first corner.
And Gruev has been booked as well. Straight away, the referee's gone up to Gruev. Good advantage played from the referee. It really was a good shot struck from Wright and a good save.
Wright is Coventry's leading scorer, and showed confidence there as he had their first effort on goal. So they have now their first corner kick that Leeds have to defend in the sunshine. Signal is given as the ball is swung in towards the far post. The body's in there, still up in the air, not clear. Headed back goalwards, headed in by Sims. And Coventry have the opening goal of the game. Sims from close range. Leeds couldn't clear, and the home team are in front.
Really disappointing. Corner kick went long at the back post. We couldn't win that one. Seemed to be up in the air for an age as well. I just wonder, could Meslier then come out and try to punch that one? He did, and eventually comes back in, and Sims just dives in front, gets the vital touch before Meslier could make a save.
So Leeds United, having gone close to taking the lead themselves in the opening stages of this game, now find themselves behind. Messy goal, maybe wind assisted in terms of the way the ball held up in the air. Nobody reacted as the ball came into the middle except Sims, and he stole in and he headed in, and Coventry are in front.
Yes, and it was Thomas certainly with the header initially back and then the hook over, but we've had all the ball, we've had 2 or 3 chances ourselves. Now we find ourselves a goal behind.
Georginio in the centre circle. Gruev to Kamara. Ampadu out wide to Firpo. Summerville. Back it comes to Ampadu. Georginio on the halfway line. Loses possession. But Leeds end up with a throw-in, which Firpo takes. To Kamara. Caught late there, Kamara. That will be a free kick. Late challenge by the Coventry captain, Sheaf. Kamara's picked himself up quickly. Leeds, as we move into the 11th minute, will be anxious to get back into this one without too much further ado. Rodon back into the D to Meslier. Ampadu steps forward. Holds it on the halfway line. Short ball wide to Firpo. Gets the return pass off him. Comes back to Gruev. To Gray. Now Rodon across the back to Ampadu. Firpo set off on a run down the left side, and Ampadu spotted it. He's offside though.
Yeah.
Flag raised on this near side touchline.
Just the timing of the run wasn't quite right. Needs to look at where Ampadu has the ball and how close to his foot it is. He just set off a little too early.
Goalkeeper comes out the penalty area to deliver the free kick for Coventry. Right-footed ball. Drops down just outside the box. Palmer tees it up for O'Hare. Into the penalty area, shoots! Meslier saves with the feet. Coventry were very close to the second goal there. Meslier made an excellent stop for Leeds.
Certainly did. Wow, that could easily have been 2-0 down and with the mountain to climb, but excellent one-touch play in and around the box, and Meslier, doesn't matter how you save him, somehow got something behind it, his feet. Excellent one-touch play in and around the box, and Meslier Doesn't matter how you save him, somehow got something behind it, his feet, and pushes it away.
Coventry have already served notice. What we expected we're getting, a hard game. Coventry have a free kick midway inside the Leeds United half. So the chance to keep those sky blue shirts forward. Palmer, who's a regular free kick taker, stands over the ball.
Well, the goal has certainly lifted the home crowd, hasn't it? They are really making some noise. And more importantly, that their team are putting us under pressure.
So all the players pretty much lined up on the edge of the penalty area. Summerville is a single-man wall as it stands. Palmer and Bidwell are the two candidates for taking this free kick for Coventry. Bidwell puts it up to the far post. Heads go up in there. Came back into the middle dangerously before it was hooked away. O'Hare on the far side. Coventry emerge with possession once more.
It's Bobby Thomas again, the number 4, big number 4. They're aiming for him at that back stick, and he's causing us plenty of problems.
The man who scored the goal in the game at Ellen Road. Coventry once more with O'Hare. This time Firpo gets in front of him. Meslier can do nothing but go long. Bamford gets it off to Georginio. Georginio has James to his right, plays it into him in the penalty area. James from the byline tries to cut it back. Bidwell gets his head on it first and heads it behind for a Leeds United corner. Dan James getting a lot of space down the right.
He was, and Georginio just put his hand up and said, sorry, because that wasn't a perfect ball. It wasn't a difficult ball either. And we've seen Georginio play the perfect ball so often this season, but that was not it. Bit too hard, pushed him a little wide as well. James did his best with it, but could have been certainly an opportunity to strike straight at goal.
2 balls on the pitch at the moment, so Georginio goes to the far side to knock the other ball off before he can return to the penalty area and await the Gruev corner kick. Dropped in there now, into the middle of the bodies. Coventry able to do what Leeds couldn't, clear. So Summerville gets things going from the centre circle to Gray. Now Kamara in the 15th minute. Home side in front. Summerville plays it down the channel, looking for the run of Georginio. Can't get there. Defended from the right back position, and then the ball put up long and high into the Leeds half. Kamara behind it, goes back to Ampadu. Down the line to Firpo. Could control and keep it in, so it'll be a Coventry throw in.
Just went over the line, didn't it, unfortunately, before Firpo could get onto it, but really calm defending from Ampadu at the back, and it's never just headed anywhere, kicked anywhere. Try and bring it down and play.
Coventry with a throw down the line, some distance down the line as well. It's picked up by Wright, and Coventry earn themselves a corner kick as Firpo only able to put it behind.
A little easy that, wasn't it? That Firpo just getting the wrong side of his man.
Some more set-piece defending for Leeds to do.
It's a problem. We'll make sure, one, we limit the amount of set pieces and corner kicks we give away, but secondly, get your head on this first ball when it comes in.
Sims standing on his own in the centre of the 6-yard box once more. This time they go with a different routine. Leeds try and get out the penalty area. As Coventry work it to Bidwell, who will cross now. In it goes, line of players at the back post again. And it's shot on goal, and it's hit the back of Sims there, on its way potentially towards goal. And it comes back out, and James is then held off. That's a free kick, and it could be a yellow card, because James was on his way round Bidwell there before he was held
Gruev
back.
is asking exactly that, and rightly so, because Gruev has been given obviously a yellow card for his challenge. Somehow Sheaf got away with one, and there Bidwell has got away with another.
So only a free kick, no card, because James was off if he'd got past the full-back. Rodon to Georginio in the Coventry half. Close control from Georginio, gets it to Gruev. Return ball into the Bulgarian, but Firpo is there. Now Kamara and Ampadu to Rodon. Rodon back to his defensive partner. Ampadu walks it forward, stops and then just cuts it back to Meslier. Says there wasn't anything available in front of me. Rodon has the ball at his feet now from the keeper. Goes back to Ampadu.
We're having plenty of possession and we can easily move it or manoeuvre it around to get up near the halfway line. It's from here as we need to improve.
James is waiting in space down the right, but Leeds have gone through the middle where it's very crowded, and Georginio ran into that crowd and lost the ball, and now Coventry moving forward on the counter-attack just outside the penalty area with Palmer. Palmer with Bidwell with the cross into the middle. Body's waiting in there, goes all the way across right out towards the far side where it's picked up by Sheaf. It goes back into his own half, loose ball. Bamford saw the potential for getting in on that but couldn't. Now Firpo's had to defend and try and keep the ball from going for a corner kick at the other end, which he does successfully. And then picked up by Sheaf once more. It goes back to the halfway line where Coventry and Kitching have possession. Through the gap. Beyond Palmer. Leeds can break now. Georginio. James has gone through the middle this time. Georginio nutmegs, but shows too much of it to his opponent there. And then there's an offside indicated by the assistant on the far side, and that'll be a Leeds free kick.
That's a shame. I think the run from James might have been on early, but James just kept going, and Georginio had no one just to knock it off too. Makes the nutmegs, which we know he can do that, but that wasn't the right time because he needed a pass.
It's a pretty open game for sure.
It is. It really is. And good thing is when Coventry do kind of push forward and lose the ball, looks like there's space there, but we need to get at them quicker and make more of it.
Leeds throw in pretty much on the halfway line. Leeds left. Firpo as a result has the ball. Thrown in field to Summerville. Puts it into the path of Gruev. Gruev with a short square ball to Gray. James sets off, but the intended pass is blocked off, and Leeds end up with a throw-in on the halfway line on this near side, the right. Daniel Farker. Right up on the edge of the touchline. Now retreats back into the technical area. Archie Gray ready, steadying himself to take the throw-in. In it goes to Georginio. Doesn't end up back at the feet of Gray as it was intended to, and then it comes off Georginio, who goes to the ground clutching his knee there. Did he get caught by Palmer just as the two of them were challenging for the ball?
That was a strange one, wasn't it? Was it knee to knee? Something's clearly giving him plenty of problems.
Georginio just rubbing it better there.
Yeah.
And,
just
gets
a clash
to his feet. It's all okay, and the game can restart with this Leeds throw-in. Gray trying to deliver to a teammate here. Not an awful lot on as Georginio comes in short to offer himself. Gray just swings a boot at it to try and get it forward. Drops down over the head of Georginio. Gruev and O'Hare battling. O'Hare plays it to Casey Palmer, who gets it over the top for the goal scorer Sims. Rodon holding him up and does well to keep the play going and to get the ball off him. And then Georginio with a little dink for a ball through the legs of his opponent, which just about found his teammate on the other side. And then when the ball goes long forward, Bamford can't get there. Firpo underneath it, but it quickly comes back into that Leeds half. It's just a long ball, the high ball, causing problems in the wind. Defenders underneath it as the shot comes in from Palmer from distance, and it bounces straight up into the hands of Meslier.
You're right, the wind is causing problems, isn't it? Just a long punt. No one's really sure of where it's going to go, but not easy to get it down and under control, so second balls are important. But wonderful play again from Georginio. Great nutmegs, but he's got plenty of nutmegs. I want to see more in the other end. I want to see in that last third and produce that sort of ability, but need something from one of our star men up front now.
Summerville, real push in the back there, and then a drag back as well. And at some point, the referee
How
may
many more
elect
times?
to give a free kick, which he's finally done now. It was as if the Coventry player was reacting to the boos of the fans there with a push on Summerville. Gruev. Left side to Firpo. Just rolls it back to Kamara and in turn to Ampadu. Ampadu delivers back to Firpo. Kamara gets it again. Once more goes back to Ampadu. Oh, his levels drop for the first time so far this afternoon. 24th minute now. Leeds trail here by a goal to nil. Georginio. As the fans around the stadium rise to applaud the memory of a Coventry City supporter who recently lost their life. And the Leeds United supporters do their bit in joining in as well. Players also, as we're seeing the throw-in delayed. And the referee now indicates that the game should continue. Ball thrown in towards the edge of the Leeds penalty area. Well won in the air by Ampadu. Georginio comes off his shoulder. Just hooked up in the air again. Ampadu again wins another header. Now Summerville goes back to Firpo. To the edge of the area to Ampadu and across the box. Meslier gets there before Rodon. Now Rodon does have it. Looking forward for Leeds United. Looks to see what's on. Georginio sets off on a run, so he'll clip it in his direction at least, but it's gone beyond Georginio, and Thomas, other side of him, just marshals it back into the hands of the goalkeeper.
It seems once you get it in the air, I mean, the wind, the power gets behind the ball and suddenly it just flies along there. It's a little dink to Georginio, but way over hit.
Leeds fans behind the goal turn their back on the game, and that's in memory of Chris and Kev, the two Leeds United fans who lost their lives in Istanbul, and that was the anniversary, the shocking anniversary of that awful night yesterday, April the 5th, 2000. And again, Coventry fans reciprocate and show football family. Now here's Bamford for Leeds. Cuts the ball looking for James. He's Bamford trying to get the shot away maybe here. Does shoot, but it comes off a defender on its way towards goal. And Leeds United not able to capitalise. Coventry have a man down. The game goes on. The referee shakes his head and says play continues.
Not a head injury, it's fine.
Kamara on the edge of the penalty area, into the box to Summerville. Turns goalwards, into the middle, just behind Bamford. And it's cleared out for a Leeds United throw-in. Two good opportunities for Leeds there.
It really was. Initially, ball to Bamford was an excellent one. He tried to then square it for Dan James. And when it comes back to him as well, it just takes way too long. 1, 2, 3 Sky Blue defenders then get in the way.
Coventry man down in the Leeds half still, so the game is held up. When it restarts, it will be with a Leeds United throw-in. Firpo with the ball over on the Leeds left, preparing to put it somewhere close, perhaps to the edge of the penalty area. Still treatment is being administered, so a little pause in proceedings here. Leeds United trying to manufacture a way back into this game.
Well, we seem to have certainly got enough ball in that midfield area. We've got into some good areas, but not found that quality in the last third, which we normally certainly do have. So just got to keep it going. We've had a few half chances there, just right at the end there. Summerville again, half a chance, wasn't quite quick enough to get his shot away on this occasion.
Eccles, the injured player, back on his feet now and walks off towards the touchline. So Coventry will be down to 10 for the next 30 seconds. Eccles will be able to continue, it would appear.
Yeah, it was his challenge, wasn't it, on Kamara? So he did it to himself. Kamara got his body in the way. Eccles careered into him, but clearly twisted something.
So Firpo with the throw in. Georginio comes off for Firpo, who's into the penalty area, rolls it across the middle, and it goes right across the face of goal. Bamford at the near post, nobody at the back post. If there was, it was a touch in. There wasn't, and it's still 1-0 Coventry.
I mean, it is the end that we cannot see because it's miles up there, but it looked like Bamford should have got a touch on it, surely, just to tap it in near that near post. Was it slightly too far in front of him, or did he miss it? Not sure.
So Coventry has gone right across the face there. No touch from another player between Bamford and the ball going out. So Coventry have the throw in. Gruev with the header. Bamford there trying to win it for Leeds, as is Georginio. Now Bamford tucks it into the path of James on the edge of the penalty area. Georginio, and then Leeds almost win it back through James, but Coventry will go long with this surely. Ampadu steps in, chests it down, looking for Kamara. O'Hare gets in and just puts it up long again for Sims, and the header from Rodon drops kindly for Wright. So Rodon's gone across to deal with it, and deal with it he does.
Excellent.
Gets a free kick.
Yeah, vital that he did as well, and then was quickly out to make sure Haji Wright couldn't find a way past him, because their first was foul.
Home supporters unimpressed with the decision. Kamara leads through Ampadu. Over the top, he's not going to find Bamford. Bidwell's there. Gray battling with Palmer. Palmer off. And then puts the ball over the top again. That Meslier will come and gather on the edge of the penalty area. And now Kamara's got a little bit of space if he can move the ball forward quickly for Leeds here. Holds it up instead and just rolls it back in. To Firpo, now back to Ampadu, further back to Meslier. And now Rodon has some space in which he can advance if he so wishes. Instead he goes back to Meslier, and Meslier out on the diagonal to Ampadu. Kamara back to Ampadu, left side Firpo. Ampadu once more for Leeds, into Kamara. Moves back into his own half, drops a shoulder, turns, looks forward. Rodon offers himself just to the right, and now it comes out to Dan James. Back in field to Gruev, on to Kamara. Short ball to Summerville. Kamara to Ampadu. Left side in the Coventry half is Firpo. In field is Kamara. Down the channel for Georginio. Nice ball into the path of Firpo, just outside the penalty area. Comes back to Kamara. Kamara rolls it one way, then the other. Off to Firpo. Leeds just looking for the opening. Summerville. Kamara loses out. And Leeds defend on the halfway line as O'Hare breaks forward, and Ampadu clashes with the hoarding under the challenge, I think, of O'Hare there. Not O'Hare, rather. Fullback over on the far side. And Ampadu, you could hear the bang as he hit the advertising hoarding.
Van Ewijk, I think it is over there. That was really poor. I think that had to be a foul all day long.
Yeah, it's the Dutch player who made contact. Milan van Ewijk. And Ampadu, tough as teak, gets to his feet. But there was quite a bang as he slid into the hoarding there. And the game will restart with the aggressor in that instance taking the throw in. Wind blows across the stadium once more. Ampadu wins a header. Kamara helps it on and over the halfway line. Challenge comes in from Kitching. Van Ewijk again. Up in the air, it needs defending. Sims, he'll shoot. And it wasn't a bad effort either. Just carried wide. And that's the trouble, isn't it? That's the problem defenders are having.
It really is, because the ball is up there, and Rodon didn't want to go for it initially, but when it does just bounce down, got to say, Sims confident, strikes it well. Fortunately, good few yards wide.
Summerville. Gruev. Played through for Rodon. Down the middle for Georginio. Handball, surely, no?
No, but Georgie has to get hold of those sort of balls in those areas.
Bamford can't control. Still trying to have a go at it here. Patrick Bamford, just outside the penalty area. On it goes to Kamara. Kamara goes to ground. No foul. Game continues, and Leeds were momentarily in a really good position there. And then suddenly it's Coventry. Well, that's a foul. First it's offside, and then it's also surely a nudge in the back from Wright on Rodon. Either way, it's a Leeds free kick.
Taking it nice and early as well. The simple facts in these games, with 34 minutes gone, that they've had 2 shots on target. One of them's gone in, and one was a good save from Meslier. And we've had plenty of opportunities at the other end and haven't converted any.
Well, keeper's not really had a save to make, has he yet? Despite
no, but we've got into some really good areas.
Yeah.
We've had shots. We need to do better.
Firpo to Summerville. Tries to go outside his man. Thomas defends. Straight back to Kamara. Firpo just keeps the ball in play. Back to Kamara once more. On it goes to Bamford. Bamford at a stretch, loses possession. And then it's crossing the halfway line, and Sims is after it.
Excellent,
Great work
excellent.
by Rodon once more. Stepped in front of Sims, timed the interception really well. And that will be a Coventry throw-in, but only once. The referee has gone to make sure that Patrick Bamford is okay.
He's up and walking back very slowly.
Ten minutes to go in the first half here. Coventry 1, Leeds United 0. Early goal scored from Sims. Kitching gets the return ball and goes back to the keeper, Collins. He just pushes it forward to Liam Kitching once more, once on the books as a youth at Leeds. Ampadu. Gray goes back to Meslier as that wind whips up again. Rodon to Ampadu for Leeds United. Bamford's gone on a run, and that one carries, sails forward. You can see, surely that is wind assisted, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely.
Flew.
Absolutely. Bamford takes a little swipe as well, so the referee's having a little word with him. But that, for all the world, looked like a decent ball, didn't it? But it just kept going.
Collins in no mad rush to get the game going again for Coventry, who are within sight of the half-time interval here with a lead to protect. Gray, Palmer's touch takes the ball out of play. So it's a Leeds throw-in just inside the Leeds half. Gray to Georginio. Arms look like they've been held behind his back there. Bidwell for Coventry. Plays it down the line where Rodon waits. Rodon just hooks it into touch for a Coventry throw.
You can see at this end of the pitch the ball holds up, and the other end it flies through, so we'll have that in the second half, hopefully.
Bidwell to O'Hare. Gruev in there, battling away. O'Hare comes out with it. All up to the edge of the penalty area. Palmer, now O'Hare, now Bidwell to cross. Good looking ball. Firpo needed to make the header there. Gets applause from Joe Rodon, because that was a whipped ball that was threatening to cause real trouble.
Excellent defending. Firpo gets there first, but Haji Wright, he's a unit, isn't he? For Coventry, he was up in the air and just fell on him after Firpo makes a good header.
Coventry throw in with Bidwell. O'Hare offers movement, as does Palmer. And then arriving late and getting the ball is Sheaf. Won back quickly by Georginio. Now Kamara, runners setting off ahead of him. Bamford's not going to get to that one. It's Thomas who gets across, but puts the ball into touch for a Leeds United throw-in.
Just again, not quite far, and that was, you know, an easy ball, or more importantly, an easier run, but didn't quite get on the same wavelength did Kamara and Bamford.
Kamara to Georginio. Georginio into the box, but that's not going to find Summerville. A rare occasion where those two haven't successfully linked up. And out it goes for a goal kick.
Well, after what was a very promising start, where we controlled things and had a few half chances as well, since the goal, Coventry have made it difficult. We haven't really raised our level just yet.
Collins with the goal kick. Rodon and Sims. Rodon wins the header. James tries to help it on to Georginio. Gets in, carries it forward, and then is not dragged to the ground. The referee sees nothing untoward with the challenge on Georginio, who finds it hard to believe. Coventry with O'Hare. Now Bidwell. Now Eccles. Kitching. And Eccles again. Bamford will try and apply pressure, but Thomas gets there to play a long ball up into the Leeds half. Firpo returns it, but bounces once on the touchline and then out. So that'll be a Coventry throw-in the 40th minute.
Not too much playing through midfield, is there, from Coventry? Don't take any chances at the back. A lot of the time it's just hoiked up top. And Sims, of course, a physical presence up there along with Wright.
Ewijk. And then it's the captain Sheaf into Sims. Eccles looking for support. O'Hare provides it. And then back to the right back, who goes all the way back to the goalkeeper Collins. Coventry happy just to see some time tick down with a spell of possession here and start all over again. Palmer. O'Hare just going to get there. And then Eccles. Now, if Firpo could have got the header forward, there was potential, but suddenly Leeds are defending again here. Crossing is flicked away by Ampadu, back into the path of the crosser. Ewijk. And then right through the middle is Sheaf. Palmer. Good block. Now the counter-attack could be on if Leeds can get bodies forward quickly. Georginio crossing the halfway line. James has come off him. James gets the ball now on the edge of the box. Dan James into the penalty area. Dan James shoots across goal. It's headed away before it arrives on target. Gruev just plays a ball into the path of Firpo for Leeds to keep going here in that Coventry half. Rodon back into the centre circle to Ampadu. Short square ball to Kamara. Further forward to Firpo. Returns it to Kamara. Kamara again short to Gruev as Coventry close down the man on the ball. Leeds walking the ball around. Now Ampadu. On it goes to Georginio. Caught from behind. Leeds free kick. First of a time that Georginio's got himself a free kick for a challenge for quite a while.
Certainly is, and that was a challenge from behind, but earlier it was his ball out to the right-hand side to Dan James, which was a better ball. It took a little while to finally get there, but he was in good space this time, but once again, just we didn't quite make enough of it.
So Summerville will take the free kick for Leeds. He can put it into the penalty area. Shirts lined up on the edge of it, both teams. Summerville weighing up his options here. Curls it in towards the penalty spot, headed away as far as James. Kamara goes wide, left side to Summerville once more. Down the line to James on the left side of the Coventry penalty area. skips inside a challenge, still has the ball at his feet, goes back to Summerville. Two wingers operating side by side over on that left side for Leeds. Now Gruev. Across the middle to Gray. Got to go back to Rodon and Ampadu. Ampadu short ball to Kamara. Wide to James, still occupying the left wing position. Then down for Firpo. Firpo's on the byline. You get the ball back in the middle. He can't, and the final touch apparently comes off Firpo, much to the annoyance of a couple of Leeds players for a goal kick.
Certainly was, but a good run again and good ball. Firpo's made some useful runs down that left-hand side. One or two decent crosses in there. Couldn't quite get that one in.
So the game will get going again with this Coventry goal kick. A couple of minutes to go of the first 45. Can't imagine there'll be too much. Well, we had one break in play, didn't we? So a couple of minutes maybe to go on at the end. Ampadu beaten by Sims. Drops for Rodon, who's waiting behind him. Rodon just puts it up in the air. Georginio. Now Summerville. Summerville moving up into that Coventry half. Behind Bamford with the ball, though. So Leeds have to begin again with Ampadu and Firpo. Firpo back to Ampadu. Back to Ampadu once more. Now Gruev. Ampadu puts it up for Georginio, who wins a throw-in, does he? No, final touch off Georginio. He is absolutely beside himself, saying that the final touch was off the Coventry man. The referee definitely didn't see it that way.
I like the way Georgie hides his emotions. I mean, it's very difficult to tell, isn't it, with Georgie? My goodness.
Phlegmatic. Arms up in the air. Big gesture.
I think this will be a good half-time team talk for Daniel Farke to get everyone just calmed down and back on it again.
Meslier. Now Rodon. Now Gray. You'll get to this and you'll be able to look forward. Good ball from Rodon. Comes back in for Gruev. There's space in the middle for Kamara. Helped on to Ampadu. Last few seconds of the first 45. Kamara to Summerville. Now Georginio. Georginio, edge of the D. 3 added minutes. Loses possession. Sims chases, but so does Rodon. And Rodon easily there first. So we're into added time.
And he's rightly having a right scream as well at Georginio. Can't keep losing the ball.
Chased that one. Keeper Collins came out and gathered it. So that will be Coventry with a chance to put the ball back into the Leeds half. Takes his time, as you would expect at this stage. Not a great kick when it goes straight up in the air. And he's somewhat lucky that they've managed to get that one over, contrived to get that one over the halfway line, because that could have fallen anywhere. Maybe again, conditions there causing the problem. Collins tries again. It's not great either, but again gets away with it. Ampadu. He puts it up over the top. Bamford, will it hold up just in front of the striker? No, Thomas gets in front of him instead and nods it back to the keeper. And safety.
Yeah, I just wanted a bit of acceleration there from Bamford, but Thomas was the one, and as it bounced up, the big centre-half, he got his head to it first.
So again, the goalkeeper has the opportunity to walk the ball up to the edge of his penalty box. And then finally, again, straight up in the air. This one does drop just over halfway from a great height. And again, still played up in the air this game at the moment. Finally drops to ground. Now then, what can Leeds do here? Not quite get Dan James in, at least. O'Hare has it for Coventry in the final minute. Palmer. back to Bidwell. Comes off James. It'll be a Coventry throw in. They'll be happy to be up in the Leeds half, even if it shouldn't be that far up in the Leeds half. Bidwell with a throw to O'Hare, back to Bidwell. Laid off nicely by Sims to Palmer. Goes wide to Wright. The American international takes a shot, takes a deflection. Rodon with the first header, Gruev with the second clearance. Rodon, big call there. And then takes control once more, just puts that one into touch for what may be just about the last action of this first half.
Yeah, good communication, wasn't it, from Rodon? Sims was offside previously, but good defending from Rodon.
So there you go, that's the end of it. Leeds United started brightly, but it was Coventry who got the first goal. As Sims from close range, Leeds unable to clear a corner, he nodded in. And since then, although Leeds have had decent spells of possession, they've not really created a clear opening to ensure that as the two teams walk off, it's the home team who have the advantage.
Yeah, certainly I think we did start the game extremely well. We looked like in control, but we've been more than decent in between the 18-yard lines. Where we've fallen down is our defending in the box and our attacking in the box. That has to improve, and let's hope it does in the second half.
So, a big job for Leeds United to do in the second 45 minutes here, because at half-time they trail. It's Coventry 1, Leeds 0.
Dear Britain, the heat is on. It's not warmth filling our homes, it's worry. But we have a burning desire for change, where we can cut our energy bills without cutting back on anything else. So the heat may be on, but keep a cool head. Warmest regards, Boxed.
Cut your energy bills by up to £65 a month with an A-rated boiler from just £11 a month.
Life's better, Boxed.
Escape to a land where it's no work and all play. There's no such thing as speed limits. Where wild animals roam. And around every corner is a new adventure. Where you live amongst nature and giant rabbits come and say hello. Escape to Flamingo Land. Book your day pass online at flamingoland.co.uk.
TV? Yeah, it's the new Hisense Mini LED.
Should have asked me what to get. We've got a 65-inch with Mini LED, but you've got to be paying at least £2,000 for that.
Actually, this one has all those features and more, and we didn't pay anything like that. Looks great, doesn't it?
Something magical is living in my house. If I spill or make a mess, the next moment it's magically gone. I never see them, but they get everywhere. Is it fairies or mini little people? Is it you? Everything is so sparkly. Mummy says try not to make too much mess, so we don't scare them away.
No magic, no spells, just astonish. 1, 2, 3, I know beats like ABC. I come up, they hate to see. I may believe till they believe. I came up to major leagues. Say you blind, but wait and see. This so easy. 1, 2, 3, ABC from A to Z.
I just kept it so authentic. Why did I live that I said it? Yeah. Flow is so sick, need a medic. Lies so corny, let's dead it. Yeah. I just prove what I do, yeah. Name is Tom, but no cruise, yeah. Beat is on and I cruise, yeah. Vibe is lit in my cruise, yeah.
1, 2, 3, I know beats like ABC. This so easy. 1, 2, 3, ABC from A to Z.
Work to do then for Leeds United in this second half down at Coventry. Let's take a look through that first half action. Jermaine Beckford here with us in the studio today. Bit of a strange one. It's far. Sometimes with a half like that, you think, well, the team never got going. But actually, they did get going. They got off to a bright start in this game before that bit of pressure that led to the goal that we conceded.
Yeah, we did indeed. We had a couple of really decent half chances. Archie Gray had one where the ball was bouncing to him. He didn't quite catch the ball well enough. I think he took his eye off the ball ever so slightly. We had another one where Patrick picked the ball up in the 18-yard box, tried to create a little bit of space for himself, get a shot off. The defender was in the way. Maybe he could have rolled the ball back to Georginio Ruta, or I'm not entirely sure who else could have been an option. Junior Firpo flashed one across the 6-yard box as well. Again, Patrick was on the end of that. He went with the outside of his left foot, which is more of a confidence thing, I think, than if he'd gone with the right foot, which I feel would have been the better option. So we had chances before they actually scored their goal. Even their goal was frustrating from a perspective of we had multiple opportunities to clear the ball. The ball bounces. Archie Gray should have booted the ball away when it was on the touchline. Better to be safe than sorry. The ball gets looped back into the 18-yard box. Ethan Ampadu leaves Ellis Sims at the back post. I don't think he realises he's right behind him. It's just a small series of events, mistakes that led to their goal. And it was so frustrating because we were definitely on the front foot up until that point.
Yeah, let's take a look at the goal from Ellis Sims. And you mentioned it's a scrappy one to look back on. And we had a lot of the play up until this early stage of the game. We knew that they were going to be dangerous on the break. They showed that to then break forward and eventually win the corner. But, when you look through this, Daniel Farke won't be particularly happy with what he's seen there.
No, he won't at all. In terms of the starting position of all the players, they're in a great starting position. Joe Rodon goes around the back of everybody else. Patrick goes around the back of everybody else to try and get his head towards the ball. You look at this angle here, Ethan Ampadu at the back post, Ellis Sims is free. Somebody should just turn around and look and say, let me just double check to make sure everybody's in front of us. That's what you're taught as a defender. Make sure you can see everybody in that moment, in that instance. And it's just the one. We just didn't do it. We didn't check over our shoulders and we were punished. Again, Ellis Sims has been on fire this season, as of late especially. So you expect him to be in those danger areas. Forward players are always the first player to react. And in that moment, he was the first player to react.
Yeah, and you said before the game, Coventry were always going to be a dangerous team. They know that a win today for them is pretty imperative if they want to have a chance of making that top six. With Norwich winning earlier was good for us, not good for Coventry. And on the break, they've got powerful players who can spring an attack quite quickly. And they got up a bit of a head of steam for a period of that first half.
Yeah, they did indeed. Again, Wright, Sims, Palmer, they're really, really lethal, and they've got a great understanding of each other as well. Every time one of them picks it up, whether it's on the left or the right, you see the other two players getting themselves into a really, really sensible position. They're not waiting for big, long crosses. They're waiting to play nice little intricate passes, and they had one or two moments during that first half where they managed to connect and find each other in great spaces, get a couple of great opportunities, one-on-one chances, a couple of shots on goal. Meslier, fantastic in goal, obviously, apart from the one that he conceded. he's been kept lively. So he's having to keep himself switched on. Joe Rodon has been fantastic at the back, but I think Junior Firpo for me has been the best player for us in terms of getting up, getting back, and his all-round distribution has been really, really good.
You talked about Ilan Meslier being busy in this game so far. Leeds haven't been without opportunities in terms of the areas that they've found themselves in. You touch on that. Let's just take a look at a couple of those moments where maybe half chances could have been turned into bigger opportunities. And right at the start, like we said, Leeds did begin this game brightly. Archie Gray with an opportunity and just didn't quite find the connection. But it's nice playing the build-up, isn't it?
It is, and it's so frustrating because he's got great technique usually. It's just one moment where he I think it was just the flashing lights, the bright lights just got the better of him on that moment. He's thinking about what celebration he's gonna do. But to get into that position in the first place is brilliant. This one is really, really good. It's unfortunate. Roll it backwards to Georginio Ruta in that moment. I know I can say that now, but in the moment, I'm probably going to go for goal myself as well. But again, it's a matter of, can we get ourselves in the right areas, the right places? This is the one I was talking about with Patrick. Maybe he should have gone with his right foot, but that comes with confidence. If he'd scored in the last game, I guarantee you 100% he's slotting that in with his right foot. That's just a matter of building your confidence back up.
Junior Firpo once again, and we've seen him weigh in with assists in this sort of later part of the season, becoming a really important player for Daniel Farke down that side and creating those opportunities. I mean, he whipped one in for Patrick Bamford in a previous game, which was just fantastic. Yeah. And, you know, he'll keep getting in those positions and hopefully keep firing those ones across goal.
He will. But one of the biggest reasons why he's able to enjoy as much success down that left-hand side is because Crescencio Summerville's there as well. But what Cree does is he tucks himself inside, the fullback goes with him, and it creates 20, 30 yards of space in front. Defenders are worried about Crescencio because he's one of, if not the best winger in the league. So you have to pay more attention to him than anybody else. Sometimes they double up or triple up on him, which creates spaces for other players, Junior being one of them. It's just a matter of what happens when he's able to exploit that space. And he's done it wonderfully well, getting those crosses in nice and early. I just want to focus on Patrick gambling a little bit more, being a little bit more ruthless in front of goal, being a bit more cutthroat. Don't worry about missing. We all miss. That's part and parcel of being a striker. You're not judged on the misses if you're scoring goals. Continue to get yourself in those areas, put the ball in the back of the net. Everybody will forget about the misses. They won't matter as much.
Well, the good news is it's only half time, 45 minutes to go. Before we get to the second half, how about this then? What happens when you put former Leeds United player Michael Bridges in a car with 3 current first team players, other than someone being very worried about insurance? Apart from that, this is what you get.
Is that late, Willie?
I like it, son. So, lads, good to have you on board.
Great to be here.
I've got, how come you've been given the designated shotgun?
Yeah, that was
the
tallest.
The tallest,
yeah. Honestly, I think I'm not the oldest, so I think it's the tallest.
Nothing to do with the armband?
No.
Yeah. So while we're in the car, obviously, car school, what's the music that what you into, Ethan? What's your go-to?
A little bit R&B, I'll be honest.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Some slow, on the slower vibe, I think.
Sam, you'll not be an R&B man.
Nah, a bit of country, I think.
Are you a country man?
You're not.
Yeah, seriously?
Hey, never
it's a country man. I'm going to get out of the car.
You haven't? To be fair, Pat's been banging on about Luke Coombs. I think it's Coombs.
What's his name?
So you louder.
Dan, are you a rapper?
No, I don't mind a bit of everything, really.
Cover all bases.
What, covering R&B? Is that more like just what you hear on the radio?
Yeah.
Like from Capital?
Do what you want.
But you never listen to the radio, do you like?
No, I like Heart, to be fair. And Smooth FM. Yeah, Smooth. Smooth's the best, I think.
And Sam, you've had a few clubs in your time.
Yeah.
Do you do the initiations where you have a sing-song?
Sort of depends on the club, really. I think a lot of places still do it, but some it's kind of died out a bit. So yeah, we don't do it, or we've not done it this season.
What's your go-to if you had to stand up in front of the lads? What's your go-to song and what's your go-to one in the car?
Country.
You can't even think of it.
I know, really put name one country song. Teskey Brothers, decent. Karaoke song.
I must jump up, get up, House of Pain. Jump up and get a rat. Yeah, good one.
Actually, I don't know.
That's it.
No.
That's if you're like jump back, if your girl steps up, I'm sweating. Word to your mum, I came and drop bombs, I got more Ramses cops sweat swams. Get up and jump around. That should go too.
That's impressive, but can't say that's that easy.
I think I did Uncle Cracker. Follow me, You don't know how you met me, you don't know why. You can't turn around and say goodbye.
Go on, John, lad.
Nice dude. Nice then. He's enjoy singing, I'll be honest.
There's a lot of songs I do like, but I just can't remember the lyrics. That's my go-to, because you say one.
You've got that personality, haven't you?
I don't mind it. Like, some people hate it. You can have like the loudest people ever, and they go to sing, and they just crumble.
So keeping on the music theme, chants at the ground of what are the fans? Have you got
do, blazing yellow, white and blue, up and do. What's the next bit?
I like it. I do it. I can't sing.
Yes, you can.
They try to make me sing my own song.
Have you got one, Sam?
I don't think so. Sam, Byram. Sam. Nice.
DJ, what's yours?
Have one.
No?
Obviously not done well enough to get one.
What's the best one at the club? Who's got the best one?
The best one is the Firpo one, right?
Yeah, Juniors is good. I don't actually know the lyrics to it.
Actually,
we were trying to guess it Plymouth away, but I don't actually know the lyrics.
Oh, is that the one that was going around there?
Yeah.
Oh. We like it. It's that one, isn't it?
No, that's
no, that's John.
Summerville, Striker, Piroe.
That one's good.
Yeah, that goes well. Yeah.
Okay, the teams are getting back out on the pitch. Bex, what will Daniel Farke be saying to the players coming out? Look, there's another 45 minutes to go here and a big half of football.
Be ruthless. Think about what you're doing. Think about playing the ball. Get the ball doing the work for you. You know, get the ball out wide. Get the ball in the box and gamble. Don't be afraid.
Okay, nothing to fear, says Jermaine Beckford. Coming into this second half, the Coventry players are out. Leeds players will be out in just a moment. Let's hand you over to our commentary team for this very important 45 minutes in this race for promotion. Tony Dorigo alongside Bryn Law.
Welcome back. Well, we've got one team out, but only one team. Coventry emerged from the tunnel a minute or so ago. No sign yet of Leeds United.
Well, we have Meslier in goal, and that's it. So maybe he can stop them all. Maybe not. Very strange, isn't it, this one? Really strange, because Coventry now have been out a good while. So I can only assume there's quite a few instructions being given at half-time. Let's see.
Potential change as Leeds United emerge finally, and as we predicted, as we chatted at half-time, Connor Roberts is going to start the second half for Leeds United, and he's going to replace Glenn Kamara. So Kamara was not at his best in terms of health for that game on Monday night. I wonder whether he's still suffering the residual from that one. So he's left at half-time when Connor Roberts joins the action. So a little reshuffle with Gray presumably coming into the middle.
Yep, you see Archie there just in the centre of the park. Got a big 45 minutes coming up. We certainly need to be better in both boxes. Let's see how the win goes this half, but forget the conditions. It's about dealing with them and beating the opposition.
Yeah, as 45 minutes go, in the context of Leeds United's campaign, these are right up there. The game is underway again. Coventry deliver long into the Leeds half. Sails out towards that far side. Roberts underneath it, but Wright got to it. James all flying around. And Wright, the American, over on the far side for Coventry, their left. Delivered back for Bidwell's cross, loops into the penalty area. Firpo just about brushes the ball away with his forehead. Summerville can't keep control. Ball is, I'm sure it was meant to go out there, but ended up in the place where it worked well for Coventry. And we can feel the wind blowing across our faces in the seats that we occupy. Closer to the goal that Leeds United are attacking in this second half. At the other end, as it were, Palmer puts the ball against Firpo and out for a Coventry throw-in.
So Parma starting on Coventry's right, our left in this half.
Georginio sticks the leg out, only able to divert the ball out of play for a Coventry throw-in, which the fullback, Van Ewijk, gets back from Parma. And again on the halfway line to Kitching. He turns the ball to his central defensive partner, Thomas. Sims through the middle. And a lot of space to operate in. Turns into that space. Gruev comes to close it down. Does well, because he's managed to somehow work the ball to Summerville. Can't keep it in play, though. Coventry take a quick throw in.
Gruev actually did do well, because we know he's on a yellow card as well. Got to be very careful with his challenges.
Yeah, booked early on in the game. Basically in the build-up to what became Coventry's goal. Attacking move that led to the corners that saw Leeds concede.
That's got to be a foul.
No, the referee has allowed that one to go. So Gruev has to be careful again as O'Hare skips forward, and then Gray then wins it back, and again the referee gives nothing as Rodon sets off forward. Summerville, I think Rodon wanted him through the gap, but they've got the ball to Georginio. Georginio brought down, clear free kick right in front of us, just outside the Coventry penalty area.
Sheaf, what is he on about? Looking at the referee and go, I got the ball. You got nothing of the ball. Now is he getting called over? Yes, he is. Oh, come on.
There's been a few,
he's saying 1, 2, 3, 4 and no more. So you're allowed 4.
Seems generous. I think this referee tends to book a lot of players as well.
Right.
So maybe he's turned over a new leaf. Leeds have to try and take advantage of this set piece. Summerville over the ball. Two-man Coventry wall lined up on the edge of their penalty area. Probably a bit too far out wide for a shot from Summerville. So Leeds players wait on the far side of the box. In it comes, deep to the far side. Head down from Rodon, keeper flaps at it. And is lucky that there were defenders waiting behind him to clear. Now Leeds have to defend because there's a quick break on for Coventry. Carried forward, Van Ewijk comes back into Eccles, plays across the penalty area, and it's tucked in at the far post. And Leeds United undone by the counter-attack. Coventry City edge further ahead in this game, and that is a big goal for Leeds to concede. Coventry 2, Leeds 0.
Well, that's disappointing, especially after I thought Summerville did really well to eventually get back and try and stop the counter-attack, but the ball in was superb once it was rolled back. And then a really good finish, wasn't it, from Haji Wright, yet again outside of the right boot into the back of the goal, but we were certainly exposed at the back and made to pay.
And in the environs of Portman Road, a little roar goes up, because Leeds have it all to do here now. Leicester level at half-time in their home game against Birmingham. But Leeds have got to take care of their own business, and never was that more true than in the minutes that remain in this second period here.
Yeah, it was the cross from Josh Eccles, superb. It really was an excellent ball, but we had opportunities in that first half, didn't take them, and Coventry have just grown into this game. And that second goal, that is a blow.
Bamford out to Georginio. Georginio up to the edge of the area, gives it back to Bamford. Bamford trying to wriggle his way through a crowd of sky blue shirts. Goes to ground. Coventry clear forward again. And once more, Leeds have to defend a quick ball forward. Sims gives it back to the scorer of that second goal, Wright. Just operates from that wide position. It's been effective for them.
It really has, and that was an excellent finish as well.
Leeds in a very unfamiliar position here, finding themselves not one but 2 goals behind. A side, remember, that hasn't lost a league game yet this year. Well, if that record's to remain intact, it's going to take some doing. They're defending again here. Ampadu from the edge of the 6-yard box, able to get the ball out to the near side touchline. Summerville picks it up and does really well. Skips away from the challenge. And then the second one is enough for the deflection to come off the knee of Summerville and out for a Coventry throw-in.
To see the player as well, Ben Sheaf it was, the captain, that with a fist pump just for that sort of challenge. So they are really up for it. Fired up, 2-0 up. We've got to try and somehow put them on the back foot, but it's looking difficult.
Ampadu just puts it up in the air. Thomas is underneath it, clears comfortably. Connor Roberts with the ball to Ampadu. Ampadu stops at the halfway line and then starts again. Bamford helped onto Gray, wide to Firpo. Back it goes to Gray. Manages to work it back to Firpo, and Gray again. Firpo just about manages to get to that one. Ampadu through the middle. Firpo can't control it. Gruev heads it onto Gray, who helps it on. Hard for Ampadu there against the taller figure, central defender. Georginio goes past one, then two. James has it right side. Low cross into the middle. Thomas was in front of Bamford, and he it was who got the ball out.
Well, listen, we managed to work our way into the box for that final ball. To be fair to James, that was always difficult.
Roberts with a throw to Gray. Good ball into James. When it goes in the middle, again it's Thomas who's the only one waiting there to clear away. Meslier at the penalty area. Now Ampadu. Wide to Summerville. Summerville has Firpo to his left, continuing his run. Summerville gets to the byline, puts it up into the middle, comes for Connor Roberts, takes it down, puts it back in the middle again. Doesn't find a teammate in there. And for a third time in the last couple of minutes, Coventry have the chance to clear when Leeds were in a good position to cross.
Yeah, that near post, we're hitting that a little bit too often, but at least we're finding space down the flanks.
Gray. Bamford. Now Summerville. You'd imagine from this position that Coventry will be happy to go into that predominantly defensive shape that Leeds play in front of them.
And then, of course, try on the counter to get another one, but we need to be concentrated for that, but at the same time, be positive when we get the ball.
55 minutes gone. Leeds are in a hole here. Coventry 2, Leeds United 0. Connor Roberts, back it goes to Rodon. Now Ampadu. Puts it over the top. Firpo, is he onside? Is he going to be able to keep the ball in? The answer to the first was probably yes. The second is no.
Now, I know the manager does like to kind of wait for his substitutions, but this might be a game where you may need one or two sooner rather than later.
Well, Gnonto waits on the bench, of course. Anthony, Joseph, Piroe. So there's plenty of attacking options there for Daniel Farke. Whoever it is, Leeds needs something, and they need something big. 10 minutes of the second half gone. Rodon for Leeds United. Short ball to Gray, halfway line. On it goes to Bamford. Gray gets the ball back again, puts it out wide. James takes it down on his chest well. Comes in from the touchline for Leeds. Then goes out to Connor Roberts, just beyond him. In it comes to Georginio. Quickly closed down. goes to try and win the ball back, and it's a foul he's committed in the process. And Coventry have the chance just to slow things down, and they'll take an age over getting this free kick taken.
Yep, they certainly will. Everyone's just walking away, allowing the keeper to walk 20 yards out of his goal, and he'll take it, so he'll get used to that for the rest of the game as well.
So Collins stands over the ball. All the noise from the home supporters, not surprisingly at the moment. Rodon delivered back towards Sims for Coventry in that Leeds half. Bidwell infield to Eccles. Goes back into his own half to Kitching. And back to Eccles again. That's a great ball down the channel in front of Wright on the edge of the area. Good cross in as well. Needed defending, and was successfully defended. Just the kind of movement that Leeds have been looking to create themselves there. That ball down the channel. Here's Bamford trying to get something going for Leeds. Now Summerville in the centre circle. Plays it wide. Connor Roberts ain't getting to that one though, quick as he is. Overhit, and it goes out for a Coventry throw.
It's unfortunate. You're right, Hadji Wright on that left-hand side has been a thorn in our side, no doubt. I mean, he's a big physical specimen, as well as having really quick feet, strong with the ball, and of course a good finisher, as we know, top scorer. Don't want to give him too many more chances or space, but when you start pushing them back, hopefully they'll, as you say, just try and play on the counter and let us have plenty of possession. But it's what we do with it, and we haven't been doing a lot with it, to be honest. That's the problem.
Ampadu, Firpo, onto Summerville, just outside the box. Now into the box, cuts the ball back into the middle. Goalkeeper off his own defender has to make a save at his near post, and he does it to good effect, pushes it behind for a corner.
Excellent from Summerville. Gets up against two, but wriggles past him as he fires it across. Josh Eccles deflects it onto his own goal. Might have just gone inside that near post, not sure, but the keeper makes a good save.
Leeds corner kick. Summerville will take. Whipped in, heads up far post, comes off the head of Rodon, can't direct it on target, he was stretching, and it sails away and behind, other side of the goal.
It's a little flat, aren't they, the boys? I'm just looking out there as well. Georgie, is he kind of moving his hip a bit strange, or he's got something not quite right, but we need a response, and we need it pretty quickly. Looking at our fans away to the right, well, they're giving it plenty, they're singing their hearts out, but it's the boys that need to respond.
Big noise coming from the home supporters as well, creating an atmosphere that gives you a real sense of which way this game has been going. As we hit the hour mark here, Leeds with 30 more minutes to get something from this, and at this point you'd take anything. Gray. Bamford through the middle. Can't quite get it to Summerville. Leeds will try and win it back. Firpo gets it to Bamford. Coventry went to sleep. Georginio just to his right. The edge of the box, gives it to James. Plenty in the area. In it comes. Firpo tried to attack that one. Fullback got in his way. Firpo bounced off him. Looked to the referee, got nothing. Here's Gray. Gray outside the penalty area, drags it this way and that, and then eventually tries just a little too much. Gruev for Leeds tries to get things going again. Summerville from Gruev. Connor Roberts is in the middle for Leeds. There's a line of away shirts across the edge of the Coventry penalty area. James is over on the far side of the box now. Right foot, cross into the near post, spins up in the air, but it drops kindly for the goalkeeper. Takes him to his body, drops to his knees, and Leeds have to get back to the halfway line.
Yeah, so unfortunate, actually. There was a really good ball in. And Connor Roberts did get his head to it, just flicked it on, but the way things are going today, it didn't go our way, it didn't fall to a teammate.
Kitching out from the back, diagonal ball. Firpo nods it down to Gray. Back into Ampadu. Ampadu onto Summerville. Return ball to Ampadu. It's gone dark overhead as well now. Matches the mood amongst those in the Leeds United camp currently. And the voices are raised in the away section. Just to remind the players they're still here, still in the game. Still belief. Gray across the centre circle to Gruev. Wide right side to James. And it goes to Georginio. Tries to tuck the ball back to James, but it's blocked before it gets to him. James goes scampering after Bidwell. Bidwell stumbles and falls, and James challenges enough to win Leeds United a throw-in down by the corner flag.
Excellent work, wasn't it, from Dan James? Really good.
Then a yellow card for kicking the ball away, I think, for Eccles.
Yeah.
So the referee for time wasting, or the, well, you have to do it for kicking the ball away, don't you, this season? Responds with punishment. Leeds throw in. Connor Roberts will go long with this. So Rodon arrives in the penalty area. Sims comes with him. Roberts hurls it in. Players go down. Keeper's dropped it. Firpo tries to just play it goalwards. Well, it was an easy catch for the keeper, Collins, and he made a right mess of it. Leeds, even in the shape of Firpo, just couldn't cause a problem as a result. League record attendance at the stadium of 30,232 today. So Leeds United, as ever, proved the big draw.
Which we know everywhere we go. We know we get this sort of response. Atmosphere's great today, most certainly.
Inevitable response from the away section. You're only here to watch the Leeds. Ampadu goes back to Rodon. Bamford waiting through the middle, arm in the air. Ampadu sets off again. And then Sims leans into him. Ampadu still gets the ball to Connor Roberts. Comes back into the centre circle. Now Leeds will be making changes shortly. Piroe and Joseph both called back to the dugout down in front of us. Summerville. Right foot, short ball to Gray. Now Gruev. Back it goes to Gray. Firpo to his left. Back to Gray again. Leeds just can't see the opening at the moment. Firpo is in space on this near side. Now he's closed down, but he does have the ball. In it goes to Summerville. Lets it roll off his body. Slips, falls. And then Firpo does well to make the block on the clearance. Gruev helps it to James. Now it goes through for Bamford, just outside the D for Georginio, trying to play it into the path, I think, of James there, but it was overhit and the keeper came off his line to get it.
Georginio not quite been his day, has it, today, unfortunately. And that ball there just overhit, appeals for a free kick, but nothing doing. Daniel Parker, well, he's just talking, isn't he, right to Matteo Joseph. I'd like to think he's saying, you know what, Matteo, just stick it in the back of the net. Please.
That would be good instruction for Matteo Joseph to follow. Worked at Watford, but there's a much bigger task for Leeds here.
Yeah.
Because the advantage is twice as big for the side in front. Leeds have been so tight defensively in 2024. Just seeing a few gaps open up in the last couple of weeks, and now Coventry will make a change. Palmer is coming off. And Latibeaudiere is coming on for them. Latibeaudiere is a fullback.
Yeah, just think for us with Piroe and Joseph, you wonder if it's Bamford and Router, or will he keep one of those on to add another attacker?
Well, Bamford is the first to depart, and I think Archie Gray may be the second. Yeah.
So he has, yep. On for the attacking option.
Has he, though? Gray has raced the near side touchline, and then it's only for a word with Daniel Farker, so it isn't going to be that swap. It's Gruev who's coming off and Piroe who's coming on.
So it is a very attacking option, mind you. We've seen this before, haven't we? And we're 2-0 down. We need goals.
Well, Leeds have got to go for it, haven't they?
Yeah, simple as that.
I mean, there is a goal difference advantage over Ipswich, which is still relatively significant. Not so with Leicester. In fact, this will wipe it out, depending on the outcome here. Leeds have got to get on the board and do it quickly. So Piroe and Joseph join the game. Leeds have a throw-in midway inside their own half. 67th minute. Coventry 2 in front. Ampadu. Out to Firpo. Goes back to Ampadu. Coventry, the last team to take points off Leeds at Ellen Road. Threatening to become the first team to take points or to beat Leeds in 2024. Leeds are going to do something about that. Ampadu now, out to Firpo. Firpo, back it goes to Gray. Puts it out wide, right side. James will chase it, but I'm not sure he'll get there. No, too much on it. And he bounces once and he bounces out for a goal kick.
Just looking at our formation now, it looks like there's 4 at the back. It's Archie sitting in that midfield, and after that, it's on you go. 2 up top, Joseph and Router. And then there's a kind of a line of 3, isn't there? Piroe in the middle, James right, Summerville left.
Gray, yeah, sitting in just behind them.
So 4-1-3-2. I don't care what formation it is, but we just need to get the ball to those players in good areas and just be better with it, better decisions, not testing the keeper anywhere near enough.
Connor Roberts nods the ball back into the hands of Ilan Meslier. Mellier's had pretty much nothing to do in this second half, bar going to collect the ball from the back of the net. Rodon. Ampadu, and then Firpo's to his left. Puts it quickly through the middle for Joseph. Can't control successfully, so the ball goes back towards Kitching, who's happy just to clear. Gray in midfield, helps it on for Piroe, gets the ball back off Piroe. Pursued by O'Hare, gives it to Ampadu. Ampadu will stride forward, goes wide. Good ball, Ampadu to James on the far touchline. James moving up towards the edge of the penalty area now, puts it into the middle, plenty waiting in there. Comes out for Summerville on the near side. Summerville trying to work it on his foot, shoots, and it was curling in goalwards. And it was almost off the line, then it was headed away by Bidwell at full stretch.
Bidwell actually does brilliantly not to put it straight through his own goal, because that one, I'm not sure it was going in or not, but Bidwell going back towards his own goal, difficult, stooping down, heads it over.
Summerville will take the corner. Roberts comes short and gets it. Gives it back to Summerville, who's into the penalty area. Again on his right foot. Gives it back to James on the edge of the D. Tries to curl the shot in. Corner. Gets a deflection. Another Leeds corner, this time from the other side.
Someone's got to get out there very quickly to get the ball. Who's taking it?
That's what Connor Roberts is asking. Connor Roberts is going towards that far side, but there's some confusion, I think, as to who the designated corner kicker from that side might be. So Roberts has gone to take the duties on himself, whether it was his job or not. Roberts gives the signal. Puts it into the penalty area, headed clear, and then beyond the edge of the penalty area. Summerville will chase back to get there ahead of Van Eyck. Gray has to go all the way back to Meslier. O'Hare chasing. Gray again. Ampadu back into the goalkeeper. Gray on the edge of the Leeds United penalty box. 20 minutes remaining here. Ampadu for Leeds. Now Rodon. Scampering forward. Joseph to Piroe. Piroe up to the edge of the penalty area. Out to Dan James. Curls a cross in. Oh, poor clearance, but they get away with it. Joseph does well. Now Firpo into the penalty area to Summerville. Again trying to get it on that right foot. Can't get it to Piroe. May get a second chance, may get a third chance. No, none of those things come off. Coventry it is, who each and every time manage to get maybe a lucky foot in, but clear it away.
They certainly do. And if there's a deflection or ricochet, it's going to them, not us, unfortunately.
Gray. On it goes, stops, checks back, fouled, almost on the halfway line.
It's got to be. How many times?
And
Sheaf at last.
The referee is as good as his word. Next Sheaf foul, gets a yellow card. Referee making it clear that that was 4th foul that he's committed. Big hand gesture. Ampadu points, he gives the ball to Gray. Helps it on to Rodon, just inside the Coventry half. James in from the touchline. Down Leeds right, coming in field now. Plays it into the area occupied by Connor Roberts. Now Gray. Firpo's got space down the left side of the penalty area. Puts his cross in quickly. James with a cross to the far post. Piroe was waiting there, but it spun away from him and it went behind for a goal kick.
So, yeah, decent ball in. Plenty of shirts in there to aim at as well, but Dan James never quite got enough power or direction into that one.
Collins, the keeper, walks slowly up to position the ball on the edge of the 6-yard box. Referee tells him to get on with it. Second time he's done that. Wright wins the header for Coventry, gets it on to Sims. In it goes to Wright, who's on the edge of the penalty area. Well, he tried a pot shot, half volley from just outside the box. And there were only 2 Leeds defenders in front of him, and absolutely blasted it over the bar.
Well, it would have been spectacular, but fortunately for us, didn't get the right connection, but won the header, and then once he set off for the 1-2, there's no one catching him, was there? Really good pace.
Los Angeles-born player who's toured Europe before finding himself in the Championship, and he's earning rave reviews. Coventry's leading scorer on target against Leeds in this second half. That wind blows across the stadium again. Connor Roberts, wide right side. James stretches, just keeps the ball in play, but doing so Leeds go backwards. Now they can look forward. Now Summerville's all on his own out here on this near side touchline, so Ampadu plays the ball to him. Summerville, 2 in front of him, gives the ball back to Gray, to Roberts, back to Gray again, through the middle, trying to get at Joseph in.
Too many, too narrow. We've got so many attackers up there, got to get a couple of wide people on the lines and open things up.
Ampadu, back it goes to Gray. Wide right to Connor Roberts. Roberts further wide to Piroe. On it goes to James, edge of the area, into the area. Joseph turns. Connor Roberts trying to help him out. Goes to ground. Referee sees nothing wrong as he was looking straight at that. Connor Roberts looked like he might have been manhandled away from the ball. Coventry get on with the game, clear it out, and it stays in play. Runs all the way up the far touchline. Everyone expecting it was going to go out, but it didn't. So Ampadu goes across. 15 to go here. Ampadu. Wide right to Roberts. Back it goes to Ampadu again. Into the centre circle to Rodon. Rodon drops a shoulder. Gives it to Firpo. Now Summerville. Steps inside a couple of challenges. Plays it onto Piroe. Piroe turns to his right. plays it to Ampadu, pushing well forward. Out wide right to Connor Roberts. And now it's on to James on the edge of the penalty area. James goes back into Ampadu. There's plenty waiting in the box. Leeds are outside of that though, and Summerville's caught in possession. If they're not careful, they'll be caught out by a counter-attack here. Coventry quickly got 4 forward, but Leeds won the ball back on the halfway line. And try again with Piroe through the middle for Joseph. Again, it's all too tight, but Firpo steps in, gets it to Joseph. Joseph coming out to this near side. Now he's made a bit of space for himself to attack the edge of the box. Cuts it back in for Firpo. Goes to ground in the penalty area. Wriggling away, Georginio rather, into the middle. Comes for Piroe!
Come on!
Piroe
Come on!
tucks it into the back of the net from close range. Georginio with the setup and Piroe with the calm finish. Gets Leeds right back in this one. It's 2-1.
Excellent finish. Calm as you like, but really good play initially from Matteo Joseph. And then, of course, Georginio fighting, wriggling, manages to find the right pass this time. Comes up with the goods to Piroe, who just does the rest. Really was a good finish, and back at 2-1. Still minutes left, plenty of minutes left.
Change for Coventry. O'Hare departs. Coming on for the home team is Torp, the Dane, who tends to play, I think, in midfield. So again, there's probably an exercise there in Mark Robbins, just trying to strengthen things up as Leeds. Well, there's only one way to go for Leeds now, isn't there? And that is full on forwards. Ball is played out to the left side. Connor Roberts will let it go this time. Wright just throws him to the ground. And the referee has to surely have a word there, because that was completely unnecessary.
It really was, but
Wright.
That's all the referee seems to be doing, is having a word with everyone. You can have 4 goes, it seems, before you get booked.
So that's 1, maybe 2. 13 remaining of normal time here.
Well, we've given ourselves half a chance of something.
Gray, Leeds scoring 20 consecutive games for the first time since 1970. James down the right is the next one that's key, of course. Rodon to Ampadu. Back to Rodon. Away fans doing their bit now. Through it goes to the middle. Georginio gets it wide to Connor Roberts. Plenty in the area. Connor Roberts puts it beyond everybody. Comes out to this near side to Firpo to pick up. They wait in the penalty area. Firpo back into Gray. Now Piroe. Gray's got to get back to get on the ball here as Coventry push on the man in possession. Ampadu. Short ball to Gray. Summerville just ahead of him down the touchline, but he comes infield to Piroe instead. Goes wide right to his right side to Rodon. Now Connor Roberts on the touchline. Now James just off Roberts into the edge of the penalty area to Georginio. Georginio drops a shoulder. Summerville's on space on this near side if they could work it to him. Firpo, he just had to tuck back inside. Saw him, couldn't get the ball to him. Leeds have it with Rodon. Well up the park. Now Connor Roberts in from the touchline for Leeds United. Piroe plays it through the middle. Joseph back to Piroe. Shoots, and it took a deflection on its way towards goal. And just momentarily there, looked like Collins might have not seen it, but he got down and grabbed the ball.
Excellent play. Piroe, since he's come on, has been actually superb. Of course, scored the goal as well, but moving around well. And there, excellent ball into Joseph, who lays it off and just slightly bouncing, so Piroe didn't quite catch it as well as he would like, but on target. Good play.
Collins. High, long kick forward. Firpo steps in. Can't keep possession. Coventry have it. Wright comes back to Bidwell. Through the middle then, Sheaf. Van Ewijk into the middle. Just played away by Ampadu. Piroe with a header onto the halfway line. Coventry will regain possession in that position. Thomas. Van Ewik's giving it away to Summerville. Summerville through the crowd. Stops. Still going. Summerville finally just did a little bit too much, and Eccles got the challenge, and Wright pops up down that left side for Coventry again, edge of the penalty area, into the final 10 minutes. Haji Wright with the ball at his feet, comes inside Roberts, looking for the shooting opportunity. Short ball in, gets the return pass. Leeds will clear. And Ampadu can break for Leeds United here. Coventry haven't exactly thrown everybody forward, but Leeds are getting bodies up quickly. Well, they were before Ampadu came back to Firpo, and then under pressure, Ampadu back into the middle. Comes off the cheek of Archie Gray, I think, there. And Rodon picks it up for Leeds.
10 minutes left plus whatever added time, but we really are pushing Coventry back. You can see on the counter, Coventry's still dangerous.
Gray to Firpo, and now Summerville. Summerville back into Firpo, into his own half to Ampadu. Ampadu, oh, it's worked to Joseph. Luckily, comes back for Summerville. Summerville's just outside the area. Firpo's gone outside, and he's played it to him now. Firpo's trying to get into the box, trying to get past the last defender. And Coventry, actually, nice ball to get it round Joseph to clear. Ampadu heads it down for Gray. Leeds keep players forward. Roberts is in the centre circle. Connor Roberts has James waiting out wide, and rather it goes to Georginio instead. Now James has it. He's on the byline. Got to control the ball before he can come back to Georginio on the edge of the area. And Georginio tries a shot, and that was wild, and came out somewhere close to where we're sitting over on this near side.
Poor shot, really is. Georginio, for all the good things he does, when he gets into those sort of areas, too many times it is a wild shot. Just looking at a couple of Coventry players, well, they're stretching and walking really slowly.
Gnonto's coming on shortly as well for Leeds, so that really is going to throw everything forward, isn't it? I'm not entirely sure who will go off, unless it's Georginio. Ampadu played his part in the build-up to the goal that's given Leeds something here. Much more needed still. Ampadu at the back. Short ball to Rodon. Now Connor Roberts. Coventry walking behind the ball now as they try and shift across, and Leeds try and keep the momentum and keep the pace in the game. Firpo back to the halfway line to Ampadu. Gray. Ampadu, it's tight, but he can open it up to Rodon. That was the option there available. He took it. James is available down the right as well for Leeds United. James into the edge of the area to Connor Roberts. Nice ball back to Dan James. 2 in the middle, 3 in the middle. Comes all the way across. Headed away, though, from Summerville. And then the final touch off Firpo means it's a Coventry throw-in. Gnonto about to return to action for Leeds United. So the change being made, and Dan James is coming off. Races over from that far side. Gnonto comes on in his place.
There's no doubt before he got injured as well, Gnonto, he was absolutely flying, wasn't he? Scoring some important goals, but he scores in these last few minutes that he's on. I'm not sure he would have scored a more important one.
Coventry throw in. Latibeaudiere gets the ball back, just puts it up in the Leeds half. Rodon and Ampadu do the job required between them.
Yeah, Sims in the second half has not had a touch, has he? They haven't been able to get it to him with any sort of quality, but on the counter, no doubt Haji Wright has been a problem. But after that, they've just trotted back into their formation around the halfway line and just tried to remain tight, but we have got through once, we need to get through again.
Connor Roberts in that Coventry half. Gnonto, first touch for him, down the right-hand side. Moves it up to the edge of the penalty area. Gnonto still with the ball at his feet, trying to get outside of Wright. Can he get the ball cut back in? He can't, but he's won Leeds United a corner.
Now, who's taken it again?
No idea. Connor Roberts is going to go and take this one again. Roberts goes out into the sunshine that falls across that area of the pitch. Leads everybody in and around the penalty area, bar Archie Gray and Meslier, of course. Roberts puts it up into the middle, headed a clear by Bidwell. Summerville goes to Gray. It's got to go all the way back to Meslier. Summerville flaps his arms in frustration, wanted the ball back. He was in a bit of space. Gray went safety first. Roberts has it. Wide to Gnonto once more. Moves forward, crosses it in. Breaks out towards the near side to Summerville on the edge of the penalty area, now in it. Tries to go through one challenge. It comes out for Archie Gray. Now Piroe. Piroe riding challenges. Joseph does it well to Gnonto. He shoots low. Cleared out towards the edge of the box. Could have gone anywhere. And Coventry had a body in there to clear. Sims. Ampadu gets to him as the ball is cleared forward beyond Rodon. But Ampadu does a great job of tidying up. We're in the final 5 minutes here now. Big minutes ahead for Leeds United.
Certainly is, and we're pushing, we're trying. And there was a good shot, but when it came out, didn't quite drop to us, but got to keep going.
Ampadu. Now Firpo. Down the line for Summerville. Back it goes to Firpo, and then Ampadu. Puts it through the middle for Georginio. Rolls off his challenge but loses possession. Coventry with Wright. His touch is heavy, gives it straight to Gnonto. Just plays it back in for Roberts. He's caught after that's gone away, but Leeds keep going, so the game keeps going. Joseph to Piroe. Down the right side of the box to Gnonto. Players wait in the middle. Again, Coventry get a man into head clear. I think again it's Bidwell. Comes back for Gnonto. Now Roberts just outside the area. Gnonto plays it back to Piroe. He tries a shot. Always rising. Over the top it goes. Goal kick.
Well, at some point we've got to shoot, haven't we? Plenty of passes. Got it out wide. And Piroe tried to let flies 20 yards out with his favoured left foot, but this time couldn't hit the target.
3 to go. Plus whatever's to be added. Home fans begin to see a way through. Raise their voices in expectation. Collins prepares to take the goal kick. Drops deep in that Leeds half, headed on. Far side, cleared up and forward. Sims against Ampadu. Quite the tussle. Firpo caught late. Surely Leeds free kick. And then there's a continuing altercation between Ampadu and Sims.
Why isn't Sims letting him bloody go? Just ridiculous. What is Sims doing?
Sims had his arm round the neck of Ampadu.
Yeah.
And just kept his arm round the neck of Ampadu. He couldn't extricate himself. Sims is going to be yellow carded.
Well, surely. I mean, Ampadu's got his both arms. They're both getting yellow carded. Incredible.
I know we watch it from a certain perspective, but hard to see what Ampadu did wrong in the midst of that there. Leeds have the free kick for sure. Coventry are going to make another change. Coming on for them is Dasilva, full-back. And coming off for them is Wright, the man who scored their all-important second goal. He walks towards the far touchline as Dasilva comes on from the near touchline. Again, another defender on in there for Coventry in these final few minutes. Leeds free kick, taken short to Connor Roberts. Wright gets the adulation of the home fans as he makes his long walk round from the far side. Gnonto for Leeds. In the meantime, in the Coventry half, Connor Roberts plays it across the middle for Ampadu. Ampadu to this left side to Summerville. Takes on the first defender. Second defender, Latibeaudiere, gets the ball out of play for a Leeds throw-in. Level with the edge of the Coventry box. Gray bundled over, and it's Sheaf again who's committed the foul. Leeds have a free kick in a position of some promise.
Not quite sure what Sheaf expects when you just push someone off the ball with both arms. I mean, now, free kick. This is where we need a bit of quality and got to attack the ball in the box.
20 seconds from the end of the 90. Leeds have this free kick. Firpo prepares to take it. Referee gives a signal. Firpo plays a good ball into the middle, across the middle, right into the corridor of uncertainty, and the final touch takes the ball out over the far side touchline. There are 5 added minutes. Leeds have just 5 minutes left to keep this unbeaten run going for the new year.
Firpo threw his hands up and has every right to as well, because that was a brilliant ball in the perfect spot. It bounces, for goodness sake, right on the edge of the 6-yard line, so someone has to get there, either near post, middle of the goal, far post, but no one did. Missed everyone.
Collins delivers a long ball. Rodon with a header. Gnonto trying to win it for Leeds, loses out. Coventry with Torp to the edge of the Leeds box. Rodon in again. Piroe back in his own half, gives it to Gnonto. Gnonto fouled by Torp, who stepped across him to block his run-off. So Leeds free kick pretty much on the halfway line. Roberts short to Gray. Now Ampadu. Back it goes to Gray in the centre circle. Roberts. Back to Rodon. Rodon onto Joseph. Oh, it's a loose ball. Ampadu. Firpo. Oh, caught there, Firpo. That'll be another Leeds free kick. Coventry fans wanted a foul by Summerville, didn't get it, and in the next movement, Eccles has been yellow carded for his challenge on Firpo.
Summerville got a toe poke to the ball. I mean, they both went for it. Just got there first, Summerville. And Eccles just took him out. So here again, another free kick. This time it's a good 10 yards deeper from Firpo.
Yeah, so not the chance really to put it in the box necessarily. Firpo standing over it. Summerville standing in front of him.
Well, I think he could, because the Coventry line is very high. It's 5 yards outside. Keeper's a long way back as well, so the space is there, but we need runners, timing the runners.
Eccles delays, moving back the distance, drops in short. Joseph into the area. Piroe! Keeper saved it! Clear sight of goal. Summerville, corner kick leads. Piroe, what a chance that was.
Piroe! Oh, how has he not scored? He knows it as well. He's so frustrated, but switch on, let's go.
Quickly taken corner, Summerville from Roberts. Roberts will get it back again. Goes across the edge of the area, all the way to the other side to Gnonto. They're all still waiting in the middle. Gnonto into the box he goes, trying to get to the byline. Cuts it back into the middle. Corner kick leads from the other side. Oh, what a chance that was.
He's still chuntering away as Piroe, because he knows that was a wonderful chance.
Gnonto goes to take it. Plenty waiting in the middle. Curled away from goal, headed away from goal by Thomas. 2 minutes remain. And I think maybe that was the moment for Leeds. Foul by Gnonto, just what Leeds didn't require. Listen to the reaction of the home fans as the foul is given to Coventry in their own half, as if a goal has been scored.
I'm not sure I've ever seen a reaction like that to a foul, but they know their team are hanging on. They got away with one there that could have been, and probably should have been, the equaliser.
So the Coventry fans are beginning to celebrate, because they're very close now. Still haven't taken the free kick. Collins sails forward with the wind behind it. You could hear the wind gusting. Leeds have got a free kick for a foul by Sims.
Sims again, just trying to wrestle and fight all the time.
It's got to go forward. Meslier across the edge of the box. Ampadu. It's got to go forward. Back it goes to Meslier. We're in the last minute. Now Rodon. Rodon to Piroe. Back it goes to Gray. Now Ampadu. Firpo just about gets it back to Ampadu. At some point it's got to go in the box. Firpo plays it out wide when Gnonto waits. 30 of the 5 remaining. Gnonto parallel with the edge of the area, into the box, headed clear as far as Piroe. Little touch in for Gnonto. Gnonto breaks through a crowd. Corner kick Leeds.
Needs the ball.
It's got to be taken quickly. There isn't time to mess around with
Meslier
this.
is coming.
Connor Roberts stands over the ball. Assistant on the far side sends the Coventry defender Dasilva away because he's too close to the corner taker. Gnonto goes in. Gnonto goes to take it. Connor Roberts comes into the middle. Time is up as the ball comes in near post, drop short, and that's the full-time whistle. And Leeds United have lost for the first time in the league in 2024. And defeat has come here at the hands of an impressive Coventry City side, a goal in either half. And whilst Piroe got Leeds back in it, it was the same player with a chance right at the end, perhaps to level up. And Leeds have cause to regret a missed opportunity here. They've fallen to defeat. We hope it won't be that significant in terms of the push for promotion that continues with a game at home next Tuesday. Full-time scoreline, it's finished Coventry 2, Leeds 1.
Yeah, certainly we did start the game extremely well, but in that first half, in both boxes, not quite good enough. Caught with a sucker punch again for a 2-0 in the second half, but after that it really was all one-way traffic. We tried, we certainly probed, got one goal back, and Piroe almost had his second as well, but didn't quite do it. And you can see everyone's consoling Joel Piroe as well, but what you've got to remind ourselves is this is just one game, plenty of points left still to play. And certainly back in my day, 91-92, we went to Man City, we lost, everyone thought that was it, but we ended up winning it with a game to spare. So believe, keep going, rest up, and let's go again.
Absolutely, there has to be the message, and Leeds start again with it in just a couple of days' time. So disappointed Leeds United players head towards the tunnel down below, but many of the Leeds United fans in the travelling section have stayed in the ground to clap the players off. Coventry really didn't create an awful lot. Two key moments in the game, header early on from Sims, and then in the second half the counter-attack goal from Wright. Leeds from that point on dominated possession, played around the Coventry penalty area, but only Piroe managed to make a breakthrough. And that's why the scoreboard behind the goal at full-time read Coventry City 2, Leeds United 1.
Dear Britain, the heat is on. It's not warmth filling our homes, it's worry. But we have a burning desire for change, where we can cut our energy bills without cutting back on anything else. So the heat may be on, but keep a cool head. Warmest regards, Boxed.
Cut your energy bills by up to £65 a month with an A-rated boiler from just £11 a month.
Life's better, Boxed.
Escape to a land where it's no work and all play. There's no such thing as speed limits. Where wild animals roam. And around every corner is a new adventure. Where you live amongst nature and giant rabbits come and say hello. Escape to Flamingo Land. Book your day pass online at flamingoland.co.uk.
New TV?
Yeah, it's the new Hisense Mini LED.
Should have asked me what to get. We've got a 65-inch with Mini LED, but you got to be paying at least £2,000 for that.
Actually, this one has all those features and more, and we didn't pay anything like that. Looks great, doesn't it?
Something magical is living in my house. If I spill or make a mess, the next moment it's magically gone. I never see them, but they get everywhere. Is it fairies or mini little people? Is it you? Everything is so sparkly. Mummy says try not to make too much mess, so we don't scare them away.
No magic, no spells, just astonish.
1, 2, 3, I know beats like ABC. I come up, they hate to see. I may believe till they believe. I came up to major leagues. Say you blind, but wait and see. It's so easy. 1, 2, 3, your ABC from A to Z.
I just kept it so authentic. Why did I live that I said it? Yeah. Flow is so sick, need a medic. Lies so corny, let's dead it. Yeah. I just prove what I do, yeah. Name is Tom, but no cruise, yeah. Beat is on and I cruise, yeah. Vibe is lit in my cruise, yeah.
1, 2, 3, I know beats like ABC. It's so easy. 1, 2, 3, your ABC from A to Z.
So then, full-time Leeds United tasting defeat for the first time in 2024. And Jermaine Beckford in the studio, there's no other way of putting it really. It is an opportunity missed today to have climbed back to the top of the Championship table in a disappointing defeat.
Yeah. The most disappointing part was knowing that we had the opportunities, we had the chances to go in, leave the game with 3 points, with a very healthy goal-scoring percentage on there as well. However, wasteful finishing cost us, ultimately, in the end. We had 2 great opportunities. Joel Piroe as well came on, scored a brilliant goal, great composure in front of goal. And then his second opportunity, second chance, he almost snatched at it and didn't quite make the right contact and have the right connection with it. And that was quite surprising. Like, we were in the studio and I was thinking, what on earth was just happening? It must have been a tackle, but it wasn't. You know, it's just one of those things. And it's an opportunity lost, as you mentioned there, especially with Leicester winning, with Ipswich dropping points as well. Now we've just got to get back on the horse. We've got to focus on what we can do. Don't worry about anybody else. Moving forward, the Sunderland game, I think it is next on Tuesday. And just try and pick the positives from it.
Yeah, it's like Tony DeRigo was saying at the end of the commentary that, you know, you're going to lose some time. Sometimes it's a case of moving on to the next one. And there is a bit of context as well. You know, it's the 6th of April and we're talking about defeat for the first time in 2024.
I know,
we're the only team that can do that.
I know, it's disappointing. But that just shows the levels that we've seen from Leeds United, especially this calendar year. We don't expect to lose, let alone to create as many opportunities in every single category today in terms of the match, apart from the goals scored and conceded. We topped every single one of them. And that's the frustrating part. And Daniel Farke will go into the change rooms and, you know, have a word with the players, tell them not to get too downhearted with what he's seen, with what they've experienced. But you better believe tomorrow and Monday and Tuesday, they'll be analysing the game non-stop. Where can we improve? Why did this happen? Why did that happen? And they'll be working on that to try and eradicate all of the little mistakes that were made and try and benefit us moving forward.
Yeah, effectively, Leeds United today left themselves too big a hill to climb after conceding twice. The first one in the 9th minute. Let's take a look at this again. And, you know, we'd had all the pressure in the build-up to this, and then suddenly Coventry sprung a break. They got themselves a corner, and you know, Ellis Sims, who we know is in good form this season, if he's going to be left in that kind of space with that sort of opportunity, he's not going to miss. Yeah,
and it's a good flick on there from Kitching. as I mentioned before the game before the second half started, it's poor defensively. Archie, just put your foot through it, clear it, whether you put it out for a corner or hoof it up the pitch. Ethan Ampadu is on the far post. He should have maybe had a quick glance over his shoulder, just double check to make sure that there's nobody behind him. Ellis Sims, being a striker, his first instinct is, right, where do I think the ball's going to drop? I'm going to go into that position and attack it. And the thing he did really well there was make sure he stayed onside. We need to just make sure we're checking over our shoulders to make sure there's no forwards there. We didn't do that, and he took advantage of it.
Having reset in the at the end of the first half, obviously Daniel Farke would have told the players, we knew Leeds were going to have a lot of possession. Yep. We knew that Coventry would probably then try and hit on the counter. What we didn't expect was for them to do it so quickly. 49th minute, and suddenly find ourselves 2-0 down. When that happens so quickly after a half-time break, Jermaine, it really sort of deflates everyone a bit.
It does. It takes the wind out of the sails. You go in at half-time and you say, right, well, we conceded in the 9th minute, but the remainder of that first half, we were sort of in control. We knew what we were doing. We were trying to break them down in certain ways, frustrating them while they were frustrating us, but we were relatively in control. Came out the second half, and everything that Daniel Farke said to the guys at half-time went out the window, because to concede that early into the second half, it's so deflating. It's so frustrating, and as players, as forward players especially, you're thinking, right, all we need to do is make sure we get the ball forwards, and then we'll be able to make the opposition players make a lot of mistakes. We'll be able to capitalise on that, and we're good enough to put the ball in the back of the net. When the ball goes in, now it makes the forward player's job twice as hard, because there's a lot more to do. You know, we're not only chasing 1 goal, we're chasing 2 now, and possibly 3 if we're trying to get the winner, and it didn't quite work out for us on this occasion. However, as you mentioned just before that, it's the first time we've lost this calendar year. So everything in context, granted, it was a great opportunity for us to leapfrog Ipswich into that and Leicester into that top spot or second spot. That opportunity will come back again. But again, as I touched on before, we need to just focus on what we need to do.
Let's take a look at that second goal for Coventry then. If the first one was... well, we go through the motions, Jermaine. What can I say? If the first one was scrappy from a corner, this certainly, in terms of their ability to break with pace, which is something that we talked about, was pretty impressive. And just from a striker's point of view, you know, you never want to concede goals, obviously, but it was quite a finish, wasn't it, from Wright?
It was a brilliant finish. Great first touch there. And what Crescencio does really well, he gets back, he shows the wide player back onto his own foot. But this touch here, that is a brilliant finish. That's the type of finish that I would like to think I would do in that circumstance. If he goes with his right foot, with his left foot, the inside of his left foot, there's no way he'll be able to get that same control over it, because the goalkeeper will be able to come out and smother it. With the finish being on the outside of the right foot, he's not putting any pace on it. He's just redirecting where the ball's going. This cross, absolutely fantastic. Perfect cross. Great finish, great touch. So frustrating and so disappointing from a Leeds perspective, though, because you look at Joe Rodon, who's been an unbelievable player for us this season. He just lets him drift off the back of him ever so slightly. And again, similar to the first goal, if there's just a quick glance over the shoulder, maybe he's able to get himself in a slightly better position to put a little bit more pressure on the forward. However, from a forward's perspective, it's great movement and a great finish.
And from a Leeds perspective, I guess disappointment that goal originates from us attacking the ball in their 6-yard box.
Yeah, exactly. And we had an opportunity to do to them exactly what they did to us in the first half for their first goal. You know, put a load of pressure on, lovely crossover, head the ball back across the box, and then just get 1 or 2 players absolutely gambling. Go all in on trying to win the ball. Put the defender in the back of the net if you have to. That's something I was taught. If you score a goal, score a goal. If a defender's in your way while you're trying to get the goal, while you're trying to get the ball, put them both in the back of the net. See what happens. This is the Championship. It's not the Premier League where you're going to see a VAR decision come up for something stupid. This is the Championship where it's far more physical. We saw the referee let a lot of things go in the second half especially, but also in the first half. Who's to say that if we did put a little bit more pressure on him, the defenders, he's not going to allow it. So Frustration, mate.
Yeah,
Frustration.
let's be thankful we don't live in an era, or you didn't play through an era where there was VAR, and I wouldn't have liked seeing your reaction of having one ruled out, putting a defender in the back of the net. I don't think the officials would have wanted to be too near you at that point either.
No.
Leeds did get that goal back.
Yeah.
Daniel Farke made the changes. It was one of those games when he thought, something's got to change here because it wasn't quite happening.
Yeah.
Leeds had the possession. Yeah. They were piling forward without really making any inroads. And then the goal came. Let's take a look at the goal because at this point, 76 minutes in, you think, well, if we can just get a goal here, there's still an opportunity to get ourselves back in this game. And it was one of those substitutes, Joel Piroe, who managed to score the goal.
And both Joel Piroe and who was it? Matteo Joseph.
Oh, Matteo Joseph coming on, yeah.
When they both came on at the same time, honestly, the game, energy-wise, changed. The focus changed. The drive and the determination picked up a little bit as well. And that's frustrating because all that is just being a little bit more physical and try and find yourself in a more attacking area and put more pressure on the defenders. It's not difficult. Genuinely, it's not that difficult to do. But to see the composure that Joel Piroe had when the ball fell to him, took a first touch, slowed everything around him down, and just composedly slotted the ball into the corner of the net. Brilliant, brilliant finish. He had another opportunity not too long after that where I was hoping he did the same thing, but it didn't quite happen for him. And these are small areas where we can improve. But it's just, I'm trying not to be too frustrated. I'm trying not to sound too frustrated because I know how good we are. And I know how positive, I know the positive message that goes out every single day, not just on a weekly basis where the games go on, but every single day in training behind the scenes. So I'm trying not to be too downhearted because there's so many positives from today's performance. But it's just disappointing that we're not able to put the game to bed considering how many opportunities we had.
Yeah, let's take a look at the goal then for Joel Piroe, who came on and did make a difference, of course. And you talked about the composure. Actually, when Georginio Ruta sort of bullies his way through, just holds onto that ball, puts the ball in, and you see it kind of pings back to Joel Piroe off the defender, doesn't it? He does really well to control it initially. Yeah,
the ball rolls into Georginio Ruta, and we've seen this every single game this season from him. The strength, the drive, the determination to keep hold of the ball. He's so strong physically, his lower body's so strong, it makes it really difficult for defenders to get around him, get the ball off him. And he's persistent. But when he rolls the ball across the box and it pings back out to Joel Piroe, his first touch is sublime. Stops the ball right in his tracks. But the finish, he opens his body up, side foots it into the corner of the net. But that's something that he's so good at. I think he's actually quite possibly the best finisher we've got at the club, because of his composure, because of how relaxed he makes himself in those high pressurized situations. He's fantastic in that situation. So yeah, over the moon that he was able to come on. The two of them, as I mentioned before, changed the game when they did make the change, when they did come on. But I would have liked to, look, I'm going to start being a little bit picky here. I would have liked to have seen the substitutions maybe a little bit sooner, just because the energy in the team, especially in the final third, wasn't quite what we've become used to. But at the same time, when you did make the changes and we did get the goal, we still had, 15 or so minutes before the end of the game. So we have more than enough time to get that second, possibly even third. So that's just me being picky.
You be picky, mate. Don't you worry. You be picky. That's what you're here for. The table now, as it stands. So
Rich, mate.
Leicester have won today against Birmingham 2-1. Yeah. They were 1-1 for a long part of that game. We thought maybe they were going to drop points. That puts them top. Played 40, 88 points. Yeah. Ipswich defeat today at Norwich by 1-0. They are a point behind on 87. They've played 41, so Leicester have a game in hand. They also have a game in hand over us. Yep. We've played 41. We're on 86. There's 15 points to play for. I mean, it's going right down to the wire, isn't it?
It is, but I've also been in teams where we've had 15 points deduction and we came back and cleared those 15 points in 5 games. So it's a possibility. We can do it. You know, it's a matter of, as I mentioned before, just taking it one game at a time, that old cliche, taking it one game at a time and just blitz the teams one at a time, keep knocking them down. And I'm sure we'll be able to pick up maximum points. We can't focus on anybody else. And that's the hardest part because we need, and we would like for both of Leicester and Ipswich to drop points respectively, but we can't focus on that.
you say one game at a time, which of course you do, but you look at this week coming up, it's 2 home games now.
Yeah.
Sunderland's Tuesday night, followed by the lunchtime kickoff at Ellen Road, 12:30 against Blackburn. Nothing short of 6 points really will do. I mean, you've got to be honest about it at this stage of the season. And Leeds with this incredible home record, undefeated so far. Yeah. If we can target these 2 games, get the maximum out of it, going into the final 3. I know it's conjecture and you're looking ahead, but that's what we've got to look to do now.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Genuinely, that old cliche that everybody loves to hear on a regular basis, you have to take it one game at a time.
I'm looking at all 5.
You can't focus too much on the other games because that you're taking your eye off the very next game, and that's literally the most important game of the season. You can't bypass that game. I promise you now.
You look at it one game at a time. I can tell you that every single person watching LUTV today is looking at every single game for the fixtures for Leicester, the fixtures for Ipswich, and what we've got coming up as well.
So we win the next game, which is the next one.
Oh, we're going into this now.
Leicester lose, Ipswich lose. We focus on one game at a time. Then what? We're top. That's it. Then we focus on the next game. One game at a time. Rich, one game at a time. Guys and girls, ladies and gents, one game at a time. Don't listen to Rich. Listen to me. I know what I'm talking about.
Okay, let's get the thoughts of... we hear from him pre-match. Let's hear from him post-match now. We can head over to Coventry and find out what Ethan Ampadu's had to say after today's defeat.
Well, it's been a long time since you felt disappointment like this, I'm sure, Ethan. Just wasn't to be today, was it?
No, we're disappointed, but we're disappointed ourselves. First half, okay, we started well on the front foot, but then we dropped a little bit of intensity, and then maybe didn't defend the set piece well enough from our point of view, so we held our hands up. And yeah, I think the beauty about football is we have another chance on Tuesday to go put it right. If we had won today, no one would have said we were promoted, but fortunately the result wasn't good enough. The form wasn't good enough from today. Second half better, we tried to push on. I mean, sometimes you can score a late goal and then maybe the mood's different, but I think for us, we want to go put it right on Tuesday.
Yeah, I mean, we said before the game when you and I talked, Coventry are a good side, aren't they? And again, they've shown it this afternoon, I think. Yeah, they're a good side. They did well on the break. They made it hard for us to break down. We pushed at the end. And yeah, today just probably wasn't our best performance. Yeah, and that's what you do in the Championship, isn't it? You've just got to get right back on it, start all over again and take the next opportunity because it comes around quickly. No, of course. I know our heads might be down for a little bit today, but all of us will stick together like we have through the whole season. We've had to push for a while and we're going to keep doing that to the very end. Thanks, Ethan. Top man. Thanks, pal.
There you go. That wraps things up here from LUTV on Match Day Live. We will be back with the coverage, of course, on Tuesday night against Sunderland. Jermaine, thanks as always for your insights. One game, Jermaine, one game at a time. Backford over there. We will be back with you. All the post-match coverage and interviews, of course, you'll find on the Leeds United website and the Leeds United app as well. For now, defeating Coventry. On to the next. We'll see you Tuesday night.
Dear Britain, the heat is on. It's not warmth filling our homes, it's worry. But we have a burning desire for change, where we can cut our energy bills without cutting back on anything else. So the heat may be on, but keep a cool head. Warmest regards, Boxed.
Cut your energy bills by up to £65 a month with an A-rated boiler from just £11 a month.
Life's better, Boxed.
Escape to a land where it's no work and all play. There's no such thing as speed limits. Where wild animals roam. And around every corner is a new adventure. Where you live amongst nature and giant rabbits come and say hello. Escape to Flamingo Land. Book your day pass online at flamingoland.co.uk.
don't play that fact. I'ma kick back when you fake like that. Head out of the game, I don't play that fact. When you fake like that, head out of the
New TV?
Yeah, it's the new Hisense Mini LED.
Should have asked me what to get. We've got a 65-inch with mini LED, but you got to be paying at least $2,000 for that.
Actually, this one has all those features and more, and we didn't pay anything like that.
Looks great, doesn't it?
Something magical is living in my house. If I spill or make a mess, the next moment it's magically gone. I never see them, but